everyone, welcome back to another scrapbook process video, and thank you for joining me again today. I want to say that this is possibly one that I was starting to go off of using the Allison Davis 6x6 class that she did, not the current class, but the class she did last year, I believe sometime, for using 6x6 paper pads. This is another layout that I basically did back in January, February. So I don't quite remember my entire process on all of this, and I'm just going to throw that out there. If I seem a little off, it's because I am. So I was looking at the 6x6 paper pads. There's not a lot of room to cut this photo down. Normally, if I want to use a 6x6 pad to mount a 4x6 photo, I'll just trim the photo down a little bit, but I mean, obviously you can see there's just not, I could have made it work, but I think that I just didn't really want to cut any off because we're pretty full in that picture, as you can see. So I honestly, I can't remember if this was one of those, but I am going to go ahead and make this layout. I am super happy with the results. I think this photo was from 2021. It's either that or 2020. No, it must have been 21 because there's no masks. And in 2020, Santa and Mrs. Claus had to be behind a glass door or like a glass building thing. So this must be 2021. Anyways, I really liked this tree paper because this is at the Christmas tree farms that we recently found to start going to. It is one of the best Christmas tree farms we've ever, like we used to go to one, and it was the one my husband went to while he was growing up. So that's kind of what he knew. And so we were always going there, but I was never really happy with their trees. And we would just go there and we would kind of, pick out the tree. It seemed like their trees were just always more and more diseased looking on the inside. So, but we always found a tree. And one year I just decided that I wanted to look up different places to go. And he said, pick one, we'd go. We went, we found one. It wasn't very good. Well, okay, the trees were excellent, but the choice was extremely limited. Excuse me. Now, when we go pick out a tree, we are not looking for the best trees in the world. We're kind of a Charlie Brown tree. Like, we find a tree, if we like it, great. We don't care if it's got holes, we'll fill those in, that type of thing. But so that tree farm, basically, I think the next year was kind of closed. So I think 2019, I just Googled, I found this place, it had pretty good reviews. It is the most amazing tree farms we've ever been to. So where this place is located, it has Mr. and Mrs. Claus there that you can take pictures with. It has like little stores and things. Some of you may have seen the pictures I've had of like the reindeer that they make out of the cut down parts of the trees. The people are amazingly nice. They're just so beyond nice. It's crazy. Not only that, but you walk up, basically you can ride their little like tractor, but we always choose to walk. And you go up there, you find your tree, you put a tag on it, you lay it beside like their little tractor trail or the road, and they pick it up, they take it down, they bale it for you, you go pay for it, and it's all done. I mean, it's pretty cool, you don't have to, they shake it, they bale it, all that stuff. For the other farms we've gone to, you just pretty much load it in your truck. Not only that, but there's such amazing views. Like, you can see Mount Hood, Mount St. Helens, and I want to say Mount Rainier, but I'm not really sure if that's the right one. Anyways, like this couple times we've gone, it's been the first time we went, the views were amazing because it was pretty clear, but all the other times have been very, kind of, here in Oregon, it's hit and miss with the weather. So I just had to tell you about that. But anyways, Mr. and Mrs. Claus here are actually married in real life and have been married for 44 years. So it was also pretty cool because when I was doing this layout, I messaged the tree farms and said, hey, by the way, do you know how long Mr. and Mrs. Claus has been married? And they're like, well, we can find out for you. And I'm like, okay, just working on my scrapbooks. And anyways, they went ahead and got a hold of Mr. and Mrs. Claus and messaged me. Actually, it was like about a month later, but I had honestly forgot that I was even doing this page or whatever. I did wait to do my journaling, which is not anything out of the norm for me. I don't always do the journaling right away. So when I got the message back that that's how long they've been married, I thought that was pretty cool that they went out of their way to ask that for me, and find out. So I thought that even that right there is pretty cool. So anyways, just had to throw that in there. Now, I do have the other cool thing is if you ask, can I take your picture? Then I kind of have multiple of these ones. Mrs. Claus will lean over and kiss Santa on the cheek, and it's pretty cute because Santa will make this face, like, oh my gosh. So I had to add that little picture in there as well. I tried to get it. I didn't get it quite as quickly. If you look close enough, it was my favorite out of the multiple ones that I took, anyway, is what I'm trying to say. But they're just really fun. So I did put the tree paper on there, and I liked the striped red because it was kind of different than the normal multicolored stripes. Hope you guys don't mind my story at the beginning, by the way. Just thought I would throw that in there. But I like that it's kind of like a candy cane stripe. And then on the border sheet, and I'm using I believe it's Let It Snow by Doodlebug. It was their Christmas line / winter line for 2021 as well. And one of the papers, you guys might have noticed a lot of the paper companies are kind of doing these tag sheets. I'm kind of not sure. Honestly, I think I've kind of stopped getting those. I'm not buying the full collection packs anymore because I feel like I'd rather just pick out the papers that I like and kind of go from there. If you want to know more about kind of my purchasing, how I'm purchasing a little bit better, let me know and I can do a video on the new Doodlebug collection that just came out because I didn't get all of it. I just got some of it. So let me know if that's something that would interest you or not. But the tag sheet's something, I don't know. I sometimes like this layout. I absolutely love how it came out and I used multiple tags, but a lot of the times I forget about the tags or they just don't work. They're just like banners. They're harder for me to use. Some people make them look amazing. For me, it just really is kind of a struggle. So that's why I'm just, I don't know, why buy them if I'm really just going to struggle to use them all the time. At the time also that I made this layout, I was using a lot or watching a lot of Dorothy Guinan with Scrapbooking Quebec, her videos. I've mentioned her before, and I really love her clusters when it comes to tucking things in. And she'll take something and totally tuck it in to where you only see this little part of it, but it looks good at the end. Like you see enough of it to know what it is, but you don't have to see the entire piece. So I've really just been enjoying that part. So I'm gonna kind of pull that trick out here with this layout. And behind these tags, I believe he comes out from behind the tags. I'm going to actually use one of I call him a Yeti. People call him all different kinds of things. Like, I think the one in this one, you could call him the abominable snowman, whatever. There's all different kinds of names for this big guy, right? But in a minute here, you will see I'm going to pull him out, and he's going to look like he's peeking from behind the tags. And I absolutely love how it turned out. I'm so excited with the way this layout turned out and the clusters in it. So here I am just playing. That'll be coming up here in just a moment, by the way. At this point, you can obviously see that I'm still just kind of playing with the tags. And I think that's what gave me the idea there was that tag had the Yeti on it. But see, he's just kind of peeking. You don't have to see the whole piece part of him. And this is another good way if you are like me and you're struggling with these really big ephemera pieces by Doodlebug. The animal ones, I don't think I mind as much being gigantic. The building ones are a little harder because they're like twice the size. Um, but I just absolutely love that little guy peeking out from behind. He's just like, and he's not even in the pictures, doesn't matter. There's really no Yeti out there. Well, some people probably believe there is, so I'll let you guys have that. But um, yeah, I mean, he's just kind of peeking out and saying, hey, I'm here too, you know. Who knows? Maybe he is somewhere in that photo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you guys. But um, yeah, I'm really, again, I don't think if I had been watching her videos, if I would have really thought about tucking him in so far behind. You know, I need to remember that you don't need to see the entire piece of a piece of ephemera to know that that is what it is. You know, you guys can tell that's a Yeti, but you know, he's half hidden. So now that I've said same thing over and over, probably about 12 times in that last two sentences, um, I am here working on this cluster now on the right hand side and just trying to fit. I really wanted the Santa to work, but I think I've at this point already glued down that title. And the Santa, anybody I was trying would leave some trapped space between the title and whatever I tried, like the Santa or the reindeer. So I was kind of struggling with what to put over here on the right hand side. Um, I do like also this little North Pole sign. I am keeping in mind, however, that it also says there's kind of the sign on that pink tag. So just playing around, I do end up liking it here. I feel like it kind of gives a little height to this cluster on the right hand side, and it pulls in, you know, just some more fun stuff to that cluster over there. So, because I feel like the cluster on the left has a ton of stuff in it, and the one on the right doesn't have much. And I think your clusters should always be vary in sizes. So you should have bigger clusters and smaller clusters. But this one, I just felt like it needed just a little something. Like I said, I think it was the height of that sign. I know the little squirrel on the bear's back pulls that up kind of higher, but you can see the sign goes just a little bit higher than that. So, and then for the rest of the layout, I'm basically just going to sprinkle kind of to emphasize the whole top left to bottom right um, way that this layout is going. I'm really going to pull out a bunch of these little snowflake pieces also to use them up because that doesn't hurt to use some of this stuff up. But I am going to add a few more of those in so at the still shot photos at the end, you will see more of those snowflakes kind of scattered around, again from the top left down to the bottom right. And then so my tags are not left with their little, oh, the word is totally going to leave my mind and I'm not going to be able to figure it out. But those parts on the tags that normally would have a hole, I'm just going to add some of this. This is just crochet twine. You can find it at Michael's. It's like for that whole huge roll is like $3 or $4. Well, okay, back when I bought it, I don't know what price it would be now, but I can't imagine it'd be too much more. But you can always use a coupon too, so keep that in mind. But I have one roll that is just white and one, this one I'm using here has a little bit of like sparkle in it. I use this one a lot, obviously, with Doodlebug or winter collections, so just throwing that in there. I do have two different rolls of it, but just used a glue dot and added those to the tags just to kind of make those tags look a little more finished. And now you're going to see me playing around just a little bit with the snowflakes, just trying to spread them out so they're not totally in just the corners and nowhere else. But I think the ones that are on there now are stickers, and then these are their enamel snowflakes. And now I'm going to spread some of these around just to kind of add more. It was super cold. It wasn't snowing the day that we went, but it was very cold. You can see we are all bundled up. And yeah, so I'm just going to add a bunch of these around, and that is pretty much going to be my layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It went pretty well as far as not remembering anything that I made, so that part's good. So here's a couple close-up shots of this layout, and let me know what you guys think. I'm enjoying making videos again, so I'm glad that you guys are all joining in with me. And I think I have maybe one more that I made back in February, January. And then, yep, I do have one more. And then that's about it. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.